So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Q&A, video. So, as you know, from my YouTube post, I said, let me know any questions. So, there was a question, by somebody. I think it was SK said, Brigu Nandinadi emphasizes more on the events based on the transits, but Parashri Jyotish is more on the subtle promise of the event. Which one gives more precise results as to what do you prefer? So I like this question. The reason why I like this question, because I am going to be talking about this in Joni Patrice's conference on June 3rd in Dallas, which is called Future of Vedic Astrology. So hopefully I'm going to be seeing you, many of you there, as I pretty much saw from my messages. So this is a chart. So then I said, okay, give me somebody's chart. Because I don't want to just talk about things. I want to actually show a practical chart. So I picked this chart of an individual born April 11th, 1982. So this chart that you see is April 11th, 1982. Okay. I don't know what the place of birth is. It's in my software. But anyway. So first of all, that is wrong. Brigu Nandinadi does not work on transits alone. It's just like Parashri Jyotish or Jaimani. Fine, you see a chart. You see a chart and you see that, okay, this planet is in the 4th house. Let's say, for example, Jupiter is in the ascendant. Moon is in the 8th house. It does something, creates a, Mukutta Yoga or Sakatta Yoga, depending upon what the ascendant is. So we know that, okay, there's this event that is there. This person will either wear a crown or a rag, right? And then we go into dashas. Then we go into transits. So even with Parashri Jyotish, you are dealing with transit, with dashas. Okay. And you can also look into house activation as well. Planetary age activation as well. Where one planet has multiple age that it activates on. So this is no different. What this shows, this can show you a story of a person. It's kind of like a train. You can make a train sequence from someone's chart. I hadn't even studied this chart. I just put it up. I just picked the chart, put it up there. It's not like I have to look at the chart for half an hour or so. Because this is simply to show you the surface level of things. And it's instant. This is why I told you when I came across this, I've known about this. Nandinadi for a long while wasn't interested. The only person who was able to convince this to me, like I told you, was Hemraj. I loved it. The way he taught, his one video, I still forgot what video. It was that one video that showed me everything. It showed me everything. And when you practice astrology for so long, and then when you come across this one piece of the puzzle that you were like, there's something missing. There's something missing. I'm doing this, but there's something missing. And boom, what that one piece of puzzle came in. It's like now you see the painting. And then so it's like I was telling you, like this is for me, it's kind of like a lotus flower going on top of your head. Okay, that's what happened. And especially the one even before him I came across was, I believe I told you guys, was Saichoman. He passed away. I mean, just an amazing, brilliant person. I mean, Saichoman was the first person to introduce this to you, along with several other people. But he was the OG of this. But now look at this. If I'm looking at this chart, instantly I see Jataka is in the 4th house, meaning Jupiter. Jupiter, the individual, is right there in the 4th house. And I don't even need to know the sign. As soon as I see 4th house Jupiter, I know that this person's gonna have to move away from their home. if you want me to, forget even this. I don't even deal with the zodiac side. Then yeah, I'm not dealing with any individual charts. I'm not dealing with any nakshatras. Forget nakshatras. Like I said, they're all part of the puzzle, but we're not dealing with that. This is just the chart, right? If you read the book of R.G. Rao, okay, on Brigu Nandi Nadi, there's no zodiac sign. There's not even an ascendant. Okay, but we're just going to treat this as just simple chart. Simple. So we see that Jupiter is in the fourth. By just knowing that Jupiter is in the fourth, I already know this person's going to have to move out in their life to go to a faraway place. Even if, let's say, this person, I don't know who this person is, but let's say they're born in Bangalore. Well, from Bangalore, they may have to go right across India to Mumbai. Or they could be in UK. But now we see that, okay, this is Jupiter. Okay. And I want to see who this person is. The first thing that I pay attention to, okay, the first thing that I'm going to pay attention to is the neighbors of Jupiter. I'm going to pay attention to who is 12th from Jupiter and who is next to Jupiter. This is going to give me the idea of this person's development. What are they developing into? So think of 12th, this 12th placement, okay, because remember, Saturn, Mars are 12th from Jupiter. They're in one sign behind, which shows me that literally from past life, this person is bringing skills of technology with them. Very technically oriented person. They're bringing skills of fight with them. They have the determination to take on any challenge. They're also bringing work ethics towards health, being in Virgo. And especially this person knows when it comes to their profession, Saturn is 12th from Jupiter. This person knows what they need to do, what they need to be in terms of their profession. And profession, even if it's spiritual, let's say they're an engineer, okay, because the force Mercury, the karaka of education, is directly across Mars, Saturn with Sun. But forget all that. Okay, even if this person is a technical engineer, they are going to have this natural skill of focusing on health. The other thing, Mars, Saturn are 12th from Jupiter. So we see younger brother will go to foreign lands. Younger brother will be going to foreign lands for their career. Why? Because Mars is with Saturn. Already shows me that this was destined because of this person being born. It was already showing destiny of the brother. But then what else is Saturn? Saturn is profession. Saturn is profession. It is 12th from Jataka. 12 from the individual. See, this Jupiter is the Jiva Atma, the Jiva Karaka. And so profession is waiting for them, 12 from themselves. So if, let's say, this person, wherever they're born, let's say they're in Bangalore, and they're in Bangalore because of their Dasha. Dasha transit is keeping them there. What's going to happen is they're going to keep feeling like they're dealing with losses in their career. They will keep feeling that, unless, of course, their Saturn takes them into a 12th place. Like, for example, they're working in a laboratory. They're working in a hospital. They're working in an asylum. They're working as a warden. Then this Saturn will give them that benefit. But for them, the work, Virgo is also work. Their work is going to have to be in a foreign place. So this is what we see. Just by that. And there's many, many more things we can go, but I want to move on to show the story of the individual. Jupiter hits Moon, second to itself. So, if let's say we don't know the sign, even though I had signs before there, we don't know the sign. We know right after birth, the family will have to move. The family will have to switch residence. Number one. Number two, moon is naturally movement and travel. This person is going to value travel and movement. Like, how people kind of have that travel bug. People feel like that they have to travel in order to kind of like understand themselves, understand who they are. That's what this moon will give them. Moon will give them wealth through traveling. Their ability to make money, to kind of know the understanding of money, happens through travel because Jupiter or moon is second from Jupiter. This is second. Everything about the second house. And because moon is near Scorpio, right? You saw Scorpio moon. So one thing I see whenever this person is depressed, they're going to look for food to feel themselves, to feel their life force. And I also see, because I saw the Scorpio moon, the emotions they're hyperly charged, the emotions. When they're happy, they will be static. They'll feel like they had a Kundalini awakening, maybe let's say from a major promotion. When they, let's say, break up with someone, they'll be at the bottom of the pit. Because what we are seeing is that moon is not only just the watery planet itself, represents mother emotions, okay? But moon is in the Scorpio, in Jal Tattva, and especially of Scorpio. So this is why we see why this is doing this. And because moon is in Scorpio, in a water sign, what will help them is when they donate things related to moon. Even donating money to helping out poor mothers. Mothers, especially mothers, who, let's say, have been abused by some community, by their spouses, their husbands. Them donating money to them will completely change and uplift their mood. And so when Jupiter meets moon, we see that native is going to have to travel. Then look at the story. Once it meets moon, who does it meet next? Ketu. In life, they're going to have to be isolated. They deal with certain breaks in life through which the mind will get affected. Breaks especially related to third from Jupiter or sixth house from the Lagna, which will be work, health, and dealing with siblings. For example, usually with Ketu, third from Jupiter, obviously can show 3 siblings. Like one could have 3 siblings, but also what it shows is that one could feel ostracized, exiled when they're young. For example, when this person was just growing up, I've gone through that as a child when you were wanting to play with a group of people and you're like, no, you can't play with us. No, we don't want to play with you. And so that particular event that breaks with friendships, breaks with the neighbors, because it's your neighbor's kids that you're playing with, that develops the psyche of this individual. So on one hand, it's not being alone, it's loneliness that comes in. Especially because moon goes into Jupiter, travels through moon and Ketu, so big emotion and then breaks. So I do see that this person would deal with certain issues, that kind of like keeps them trapped in certain past. And of course, Ketu is past. And the other thing we also see, especially with Ketu being in the 6th, is that there's a pending karma related to maternal ancestors and ancestors in general. Like this person is going to have to pay certain debts off of the ancestors. And then because Ketu is third from Jupiter, it becomes again, it's going to take so long for me to explain on the cardinal cross. Because then, there's a cardinal cross in Nandi Nadi. Okay, you have your fire signs, you have your earth signs, you have your water signs, you have your air signs. Okay, so here, regardless of the ascendant, if it's a 3-11 relationship, but think like Ketu is in a mutual aspect with Jupiter. Third from Ketu, because Ketu is third from Jupiter, when they're sad, you know what they're going to do? They're going to be writing. They're going to have a journal. They can even become brilliant writers. And now you must be thinking, well, what about Mars looking at Ketu with its fourth aspect? Again, this is Nandinadal. This is not Jyotish. Otherwise, if you're going to consider a fourth aspect on Ketu, then might as well also use the sign aspects of Gemini. You know, you're going to be creating a chaos and cluster, confusing yourself. Okay? Then, if you look at this pattern, so from dealing with breaks in life, dealing with certain rejections, dealing with feeling lonely, now the Jataka is traveling and meets Venus. Now, I apologize, I don't know if it's a male chart or female chart, but what that happens is that suddenly they find money and wealth. Marriage brings them money and wealth. And of course, Jupiter and Venus are trying from each other. It's kind of like a conjunction. If you understand this cardinal cross, which is again going to take a while for me to show you. But of course, Jupiter or Venus naturally either creates a healer, creates a person who will gain through wealth and money. Okay, they will naturally have creative inclinations within them. And then because from the Lagna, let's say whatever the Lagna was, okay, it was Cancer, right? So this will be Aquarius. You will see within the marriage, this person will sacrifice themselves. They will do everything for the spouse, for the marriage itself. Doesn't matter if it's a male or female, because Venus is the point of unionship. Okay? So even though, let's say, Nani, Mars is the husband, Venus is the wife, but Venus is that circular boundary that represents the marriage itself. With Aquarius, we see not only fulfillment of desires happen through marriage, but also because of that, this person will sacrifice themselves within the marriage and relationship. Then after that, the individual meets Sun and Mercury. Then what happens? In their life, they attain an authoritative position, and they also tend to do business. Usually, Sun Mercury can show family business. One could be interested in family business, or father may ask, hey, you want to, help me out in my business? But what we see here is that through marriage, authority, fame, and business becomes active. Then Jupiter meets with Rahu. This is where we see is that, yes, a person will benefit through foreign communities, foreign people. But yes, this can also show, one can also find themselves being attracted towards intoxication, some kind of even substance use. Even let's say, for example, this person tried DMT or ayahuasca. Okay, that doesn't matter. They're going through the world of rock. And so this is becomes their life pattern. Now, in this life pattern, you use your signs, you use your transits, you use your dashas. And then you see more details. So for example, Jupiter was in Libra, right? That means, of course, the individual is going to be interested in business. Number 2, this person has to do everything precise in order to do anything in their life. They have to kind of become Steve Jobs. You know how Steve Jobs was? He was so meticulous about everything. It drove people to madness. People quit. People were fired because they just couldn't make that one thing perfect. They couldn't bring something to its absolute perfection. Because that's Libra. I believe Steve Jobs had Saturn in Libra. So anything related to his work had to be absolutely perfect because of Libra. Okay, because Libra is controlled by Venus. And Venus is what? Venus is luxury. And since literally, I would say early 2000s, Apple has been known as this luxury brand. Even whatever their issue now is, with especially iPhone 14, which even froze on me. I had to actually replace the screen for like, it's cost me $647 with tax. So, of course, there's some problems there, but at least what we know is when you see Apple, you see perfection. That's the example. So when Jupiter is in Libra, one's entire life has to be perfected. Like this person will become very meticulous about how everything is going within the home, with their marriage, with their relationship. A little bit of something off and it will tick them. But we see that Jupiter is here wanting to do business. And of course, with Jupiter in the 4th house, we see that this person would have been born in a walking vicinity of a church or temple or mosque or synagogue. They have also been very close and near to, what do you call, oh my God, I'm completely blanking out, forgetting the name of, like a recreational place, library. Mercury and Jupiter both have shown me, like one would have had a library right when they were born, or right near the place that they were born in. I mean, there's so many significance of it you can find out, but what I'm showing here quickly is when you see a chart, you see the snapshot. Like I see a chart, I know exactly where everything is, and now I can turn around here and I can start looking at things and start saying things. Okay, like for example, Moon is the mother, Moon is meeting Ketu. So what happens? Early in life, mother would have dealt with her own breaks. Mother would have also been affected psychologically as well. Okay, but also mother turns towards spirituality as well, because especially as the Cancer ascendant to the Sagittarius. Mother finds herself improving whatever her condition is by meeting some kind of a monk, yogi, Buddhist monk, somebody. Through there, those things will happen. Now, when will they happen? Of course, that's when the beauty of transits come into play. That's when, of course, the beauty of Dasha will come into play as well. But of course, you want to stick to BNN, then you can stick to transit. And of course, there's also Dashas in BNN as well. 12-year-long Dashas that go around. So when you're looking at this, don't think like this is anything different from Parashari. Like, well, is it telling me anything subtle? I mean, just by looking at the basic chart, we're unraveling so many things. Now it's in this concept, you want to use signs and then nakshatra. That will add on more things to that. Okay, like for example, Jupiter within the 4th shows that they will have a big home, and especially that home will have some space in the middle. Okay, like even in modern homes, like you will see, like let's say if this is a floor plan. This is a floor plan. Here's the kitchen. Here's the living room. Okay, and then here's the outdoor space. Then this is the bedroom on the 1st floor. But then there's a space in the middle here where either there's nothing here, or maybe they put a dining table in the middle, but there's space. Akash Tattva. Okay. So, and then especially for this person, especially Jupiter being in Libra, so this is just a basic of what we see. And again, Rahu is trine from Jupiter. So they're gonna take a very unusual, awkward approach in their life to gain certain knowledge. They will always gain through foreign communities. People of different culture and ethnic background will always be somehow giving them higher wisdom, because Rahu is 9th from Jupiter. Their guru will be of a different culture and ethnic background. They'll even have interest in photography and devices that help you like record things, like for example, camera. The illusionary devices, which especially now can also be into AI. So they'll benefit through those, and they'll have interest in those things as well. And especially this combination of Saturn in the 3rd, 10th Lord in the 3rd with Saturn, clear indication that this person will only be successful through business. and business, dealing with foreign communities, foreign lands, foreign places. So this is just the basic thing we're seeing here. All right. So we'll see you guys later. Remember, I'm going to be in Dallas. And of course, I'm going to show you details of these things within a short while on my academy when I actually open up the course on this particular subject. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.